Hey everybody, this is Don with the vlog of many things, and with me is Glenn Hallstrom. He's
Hiya,
back.
folks.
Buy his book.
Buy his book.
Hold on. I'm wearing pants. I'll do a standing ovation.
Yep, Eric.
Hey, thank you. On my book, please.
Buy his book.
Pants just for Glenn.
We can start now.
That's right. So if Glenn does have to maybe take a break here shortly because he has to hook the jumper cables to the bolts in his neck after they had it installed at the surgery,
No.
I'll get that out of the way right now.
That's the next stop.
Okay. And as we can see, we have everybody else below me.
I am not gonna. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Below me. There. See, I'm trying to keep this PG-13.
PG-13. My God.
We're not 13.
Valamir, how you doing? He says, "What's happening with AI book? Don't worry about it. We'll get into it in a few minutes."
we'll get there.
Yeah, it's 7:01, Mark.
Thank you,
But
Valamar.
I blame it on actually Steve. He did not put his blue headphones on in time, so we just did not know to start the show. Glenn, Dan Tesh says, Glenn, everyone I think is glad to see you. Roger, how you doing? Glenn, see, everybody's happy to see Glenn tonight.
And then there's
Glenn.
That.
That's right. This is the Glenn show. Glenn.
You know, I noticed, I told Don at least 2 game groups since this happened, I know they all went out and bought my book.
Yay.
Yeah.
So Glenn, as much as you want to tell how you doing and what the hell happened, as much as you want to say.
Okay. Very, very tired. I've been bombarded by doctor's visits since I got out to tell me what are we doing, where are we going, and what's going to happen. And with my wife, who is my rock, been carting me around and just trying to get back to normal, basically. And that's something we haven't seen in years. Normal.
I will say one thing about you. We have talked much, and you are more clear. You stutter less, and you stumble over your words far, far, far less.
Thank
In fact,
you. Well, I can do a little bit more if people will want me to. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You sound great.
I am glad you are back. My wife also is glad that you are back.
We'll talk about that after the show.
No worries.
Okay.
Thaddeus, how you doing? Yes. So Glenn's back. So good deal. We have a lot to talk about tonight, guys. We have to talk about a little bit about WizardCon. I'm going to continue a little bit with WizardCon because there seems to be some confusion as to why. We're going to talk about AI books.
Ooh, are we going to talk about the gaping maw behind you?
That's all right. You know what,
Tom? That's awesome.
Tom, what is that? What is that graphic? It looks familiar.
That is the portal from the Tomb of Kickstarter Horrors. Any money you put into the mouth will be irrevocably gone. It's just disappears and is gone forever.
And we are not saying that it's anyone specifically related to, but that looks, that's pretty.
No, it's the Tomb of Kickstarter Horrors.
Horrors. By the way, my ear trumpet. Thank you. Thank you for the report.
Now, excuse me. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we're going to go ahead and because I think it's important to be accurate. We're going to be talking a little bit about a book that tells you how to be an expert at being a dungeon master by the master himself, Ken Whitman. Can we give it a round of applause?
My heart be still.
Debate on that. We'll just call it the master debate.
Yes, and because Ken likes to threaten to sue people because of being untruthful, and because I'm a very thorough individual, I read it.
Oh my God!
God
every
bless you.
page.
Are you wiser now?
And I actually am happy because I think that it's important. Like Ken has threatened me with lawsuits before.
I
Go
listen,
ahead. My cousin will eat you alive.
listen, folks. It's no secret. Ken filed against me earlier this year. It was thrown out by
Yes.
the court in Kentucky for lack of jurisdiction, essentially.
Basically.
As far as the court is concerned, it never happened. You can't even find a record of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thanks, man.
And Ken was nice enough to let me know when it happened because the court never told me. By the way, I still haven't gotten official notification from the court that this was dismissed. Thank you, Kentucky. But Ken was nice enough to let me know and basically tell me that if what was it? If I told any lies, he would come up to New York and file, or come up to New York and do whatever. I would assume it would be filed. He wouldn't do anything else. And he mentioned, I believe, karma, but not in relations to me. And you know, I don't know.
Well, Ken basically wrote a book, okay, and he's flogging it, and it's on Drive-Thru RPG. And under Drive-Thru RPG, it says that it is partially written by AI. Now, I will make a statement here, and I am happy to retract this, Ken, since you're watching this live, or you will watch the recording of it. That's why I want to get this out of the way early, so Ken doesn't have to watch the entire video. See, I'm trying to be your friend, Ken. I could do this at the end of the video.
Yeah.
So, basically, I'm accusing Ken of using nothing but AI. Now, why would I accuse Ken Whitman of putting a book out? Number one, first of all, it's not even a real published book because there's no ISBN. It's not registered with Boker. It's not registered with PCR. I don't even think he knows what those are. He put it on Drive-Thru RPG, which I'm surprised Drive-Thru RPG allowed it because it's fully AI. And it's nothing but AI imagery and AI text.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I want to point out something because you're talking about all these things that a print book would need on the title page or whatever where you put your copyright and all that stuff. It says printed in the USA, but mind you, it's a PDF and it's locked down, so you can't print it.
That's right.
I wanted to point that out.
I will say one thing, that when you get the PDF, you can print it if you know how to turn off the PDF printing capability blocker.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but by default, listen. And when I noticed that, I also did. You notice the other thing on that page?
His company, he has listed his game company.
Yes.
Yes, and what did he list it as?
Ken Whitman Games or Ken Whitman Game.
Yes,
Game.
game.
So I guess his game company is ultimately singular, not plural. So real quick, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not picking on poor Ken Whitman. Why would I accuse Ken Whitman of having a fully AI book? Well, oh God, please help me. Just please help me.
Where can we start?
Oh no, I actually was good enough that I, and also Eric and Tom helped with this. I made a list.
Making a list. He's checking it twice.
Okay. First of all, he uses AI graphics. Now, how do you know that? Because, like, there's a grandfather clock that says time is a bowl of Die-Diker.
Yeah.
And it's called the clock of plot.
So Die-Diker is the plot?
I guess it's the Die-Diker.
I don't even know what that is.
Can't make this stuff up, I swear.
Yeah.
You probably could find that in the village back in the 70s.
Yes. Also, on page 7, he says, every GM method tells you what to do. Mine tells you what to do when it all falls apart. it's AI based language so clearly because it's basically problem versus solution. Hook AIs often use that.
Right.
And then also on page 7, and this is where it says, there's no shortage of GM advice out there. YouTube is drowning in it. Here's what none of them give you. +1, 2, period. Parallelism and the rule of 3. AI defaults to sets of 3 for emphasis, creating a predictable arithmetic pattern. He left the AI result prompt in there. Sorry.
Oh my god! You did read, but well, hold on a second, Tom. Oh, Don, time out. You did read this.
Yes.
And you survived?
And not Evelyn Wood's speed reading course like when
Listen,
we were young.
If and if our friend from New Zealand, our lawyer friend that we all know and love, Kim Winson, if he can take apart and do it for the team for reading Deinhardt's shit, I'll read Whitman's shit. So
I didn't read Whitman's shit. I just uploaded it to Gemini and I said, analyze this with the view to identifying if it's AI writing or not.
So,
and Gemini took a big steaming dump on this book.
It gets better. On page 7, still it says a timeline, a SIN engine, SIN, SIN, a hyphen, a clock, hyphen. Then he goes +1, 3 period, short dramatic transition, LLMs frequently use punchy single sentence paragraphs to mimic modern expert tone. He left the AI prompt in again. Same page.
Right, do you?
Yep. Same page. 1 engine with 3 moving parts. 5 highly polished generic metaphors. The text uses common business or creative metaphors that are frequent in AI training data. He keeps leaving the training AI information in there. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to do a little bit of a backwards bump. On page 5, it's nothing but symbolism, but it's Japanese mixed with Arabic symbolism. And since I speak Arabic goes right to left. So it starts with Japanese and ends with the word D30 in Arabic.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And then it says symbols appearing between chapter listings. So then and I'm sorry, guys, but I'm getting to page 8 here. I'll just stop at page 9. How's that? Page 8 says, the ones who never seem rattled never lose the table. Freeze never. AI prompt. Leave this hook in. Page 8. Tone period boundaries period trust. Don't even know what it's talking about.
Oh boy.
Page 9. Most campaigns don't end, they evaporate. 4, categorization and naming conventions. AI-generated frameworks often use alternative or compound names to make concepts sound like a unified system. He leaves the AI prompt in there.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that dramatic reading we did of Dave Johnson's AI-written book.
That's right. Page 9, the timeline SIN clock trinity. Now, okay, real quick. We have a lot of very experienced gamers right now in this video. We also have on the right a large group, and I know a lot of these people by name, who have been gaming for decades. Would anybody like to talk about what the fuck a timeline SIN clock trinity is?
No.
I think it has to do with heretics in the Catholic Church.
Maybe.
Could be.
I don't think Whitman's ever stepped in a church.
Listen, I'm just throwing it out there.
And by the way, that opinion that is just mine based upon critical review and my rights under the First Amendment as protected by the U.S. Supreme Court under USC 2.865.3 Section A. Fuck you, Ken. Any rate, let me see here. Page 9. This chapter teaches you to land on the plane on purpose. Page 9. This is what it says. Page 9, it says. Build worlds that breathe and running villains that actually think.
What?
Yep. Page 9 also says, convert intuition into architecture. 6, formatting oddities, potential generation artifacts. The table of contents and some imagery pages contain nonsensical character strings that can occur when automated systems give OCR processed text. Again, he left the AI information in there. Page 9. Again, it says, and I quote, number 20, space, 2 space, 2 space, OL, space, 1 2 space, 4 space, 2 8 space, 9, asterisk, space, 1 2 space, 8 8 space, XI space, XEN space, 0 0 0, end quote. A string of disconnected numbers and letters at the bottom of the page.
And to understand this, buy pencil dice.
And I counted it. I have 73 other instances that I can talk about tonight, but I won't bore everybody. I just got to page 9.
Page 9, you say? Wow.
That's it. Page 9. Oh, and he also has images where he talks about ruler rinks. Ruler rinks.
Okay, what is that?
Come on, Glenn. How long you been gaming? You some freaking amateur here, a rumor rink. You don't know what a ruler rink is? Everybody knows what a ruler rink is, don't we, guys?
Ken, you just shamed me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Hold on a minute. Okay, hold on. Stop. Pencil dice. Would anyone like to talk about the Kickstarter incident? Who wants to do that one?
Well, I misunderstood what was going on with this. I saw some stuff and I was like, oh my God, he started a Kickstarter. But he posted on an 11-year-old Kickstarter that he's never fulfilled.
I think.
He put up a thing saying, hey, I'm providing this for free. This is not an upsell or anything. It's just extra and for free. And so then people were totally dumping on him.
And he removed the comment, didn't he? Or close it down?
But he was offering this book. And so, they were dunking on him for, okay, so you didn't fulfill the Kickstarter for 11 years, and now you're going to give us a free book that glorifies yourself. And I was like, yeah.
But folks, you can find this on drive-thru, by the way.
Yes, this book you can purchase. You can give money for this.
Oh, do you remember the name of the artist? Something Man, right? It's on the drive-thru page. He credits an artist.
Okay, I will say this to Ken Whitman on video right now. Ken, this was all AI art. You did not have a real artist. If so, please have him send me an email or anyone an email. Trust me. But then again, you won't send me emails anymore because you call me a liar. So the thing is I'm calling you out. I personally, and this is Don's personal opinion as a reviewer, believe that all of the art in this book is AI. There's one way, and I promise I will promise something. If Ken Whitman has the original artist do a video and show his rough sketches, or if in Photoshop he shows his layered designs, I will apologize and never mention your game online again.
Or name
anything.
Yeah.
This is AI art. Every bit of it in the thing is so clearly AI art.
It's supposedly using this one, but we'll see.
Bullshit.
But sorry. So on drive-thru, it lists Peter Man.
I'm sorry. Did you just say Peter Man?
Peter Man.
Peter Man. He can't even be original. Hey, Ken, real quick. Ken, are you aware that I'm a member of one of the biggest Facebook RPG artist groups out there? And we all talk about artists and AI. I'm reaching out and finding out if there's an artist named Peter Man because I've never heard of any such thing.
Well, it's listed on drive-thru, 2 N's. I did a Google search and I could not find, but maybe it's a new artist. I mean, here.
It's AI.
Oh, here. One thing. Well, it's 2 things because it happens twice. The perfect roll, right? That D20. The D20 that apparently stands on its axis because the D20 20 face faces you. Yeah, there we go. It's done twice like that with a D20 phase review. It doesn't work that way. Okay, that's not how you call. That's not how you call the die, and that die is not laying flat. The flat side's up on top. So no human artist who understands RPGs would do that die.
No.
I'll buy that.
That's my observation from gaming since 1980. 20 years in law enforcement. That's an aberration. Oh, the dice. Die dice.
Wow.
Die dice. Die dice. Die dice. Die dice. Die dice.
Just the whole character of that image, you can tell that's not original. That's AI. Just I mean, just the character of
At least I got the clock right.
it. Mostly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to say this, and Ken, if you give me a 10-day takedown request, I'm letting you know I'm not taking a damn thing down, because now you have to prove that there's a man by the name that name that did your book art. And my attorney, which you know is real, you don't like her very much, is because of the fact that I now get to drag your supposed fake AI generated artist into court, depose him and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problem with it. I'm done dealing with Ken's bullshit. Ken wants to threaten me with a lawsuit. Fuck you. Sue. Just save it. Just file a lawsuit, because, dude, you know what I'm bringing against you. I'm not playing his game anymore. He's not going to 10-day takedown requests. Give me a break. You use AI art. You use AI content. Go ahead and sue me, because then you have to prove you did not.
By the way, I've translated. It's a bowl of maybe not. Maybe dysentery is too strong a word, but maybe
No,
that's
it
what
ain't.
they were going for. Maybe that's what the artist was aiming for.
Diarrhea is good word.
Well, I guess dysentery is strong. I prefer more like ruptured colostomy bag.
I don't know if I could jumble it out of the letters that we have, but dysentery can come close.
Is this like the old TSR 80 computer game? What is it? Oregon Trail? You died of dysentery.
You died of dysentery. Oh yeah, I died of dysentery.
Well,
in my Commodore
hold on.
64.
Wait a minute. Thaddeus has changed his name to John Human.
You're
Eric, I'm not joking. I did not look at the artist's name. Are you fucking messing with me?
Dude, it's on drive-through. When you look at drive-through, you go down where right above creation method, which says contains AI generated content. You have artist Peter Mann. This is the only work on drive-through that Peter Mann has ever.
That's the only original thing this guy did with this book, is make up the artist's name.
But and author is Ken Whitman. Oh! Rule system is D&D, by the way.
Wait, really?
Is Ken aware? I'm not. No, I'm going to say it because he's not. So I'm not going to say this.
He's not aware of a lot of things.
Hi, Rob. How you doing, Rob? We got Rob Conley. We got Valmer Cleaver, Dan Tesh, Fugly's in the house, Thaddeus, Dreg 347.
Oh yeah.
Roger Rebus is here. Holy shit! Mark the Shark is here. Dan Tesh.
Hey, when we dish dirt, they show up.
You guys are dishing all that dirt, and I'm over here trying to eat dinner without getting sick.
No, it's the dysentery, isn't it? It's the bowl of dysentery.
Speaking of dysentery, we had a guy at Liquid Web whose first name was Terry, and we kept making that joke. Yeah, don't be over here dysentery. Just
Dreg 347 says there's a feeling amongst some of these AI users that they do need to hide the use of it. They'll call it something like cognitive fragmentation disorder in the future.
Listen, I use AI on my thumbnails.
You admit it.
I admit it. I have it in my description of every one of my videos.
You don't claim that some artist named Juan Anchor is sitting there making your art.
And folks, by the way,
he didn't get the joke. The joke just went over Eric's head.
No, I know. I take the donated art from the community if I get it. I've did it yesterday's yesterday's video on ghouls. That was donated art. I'm happy to use it. But I do 5 videos a week plus live streams. I mean, nobody's keeping pace with me. Not even Glenn.
Fugly says Ruler, Ink, and Die Dice are AI dog whistles. Other AIs are taking notes and reading all prompt. Oh no, this gets better. Eric, what is the prompt that somebody should enter in if they want to inquire about Ken Whitman to AI?
Oh, just
Type in who is Ken Whitman.
who's Ken Whitman?
Yeah, that's all you need.
You know what? You know you've reached the big time when AI even hates your guts.
Yep, you got that.
You know,
See, Ken, this is
Douglas
what
Peach
he
says,
looks
Don,
like.
are you the guy that pushes Fago? Actually, I push it for Glenn because Glenn drinks a lot of Fago, which I'm going to be sending Glenn some Diet Rock and Rye from Michigan. I'm going to take care of him.
He's my man. Thank you.
Matt Sherman says, we're the best. Oh, yeah, we definitely talk about interesting. Matt
we
says,
talk about dysentery.
hey, Agile Monk is in the house. How you doing, Agile, my brother? How you doing, my friend?
Come on, everybody let him finish his dinner down there. So
Hey, you know what? Yeah, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, do all those good things. Help out the channel that you're watching. It's much, much appreciated wherever you are at watching. We've got like 50 people watching right now, so we're gonna be talking about other things. We're gonna touch a little bit on WizardCon here in a few seconds. I'm just right now going through the chat because I want to make sure that we got. Oh, and he also violated Pepsi's trademarks on page 7. I got that one.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
send it along.
he actually just
here's how
decided
you-
to use Pepsi, which Pepsi's highly litigious.
Here's
Not
how
that-
you know this is not a real artist because
Yeah.
a real artist who took the time to put in dungeon chips
Mhm.
over here would never have put in Pepsi. He would have put in Dungeon Cola or something.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not like anybody would have reported that page to Pepsi's corporate AI or not corporate AI, their corporate litigation team. I would never have done that. So, I mean, nothing like that ever would have happened.
Criminy.
But
Well, while he's digging through,
Agile Monk says, glad to see you back in the saddle, Glenn.
Thank you, sir.
Drag 347 says Eric does have a video where he talks about it's reasonable. Actually, I think Eric needs to learn more, but don't we all?
Yeah,
I think AI is a great tool, but don't write an entire book with it, include imagery, and claim that you wrote it because you didn't.
True.
Mhm.
And the reason why I'm such a arrogant bastard about that is because between me and Steve, we have 50 books that are published almost.
Mhm.
And I know how long it takes to write a book and to really get it honed. That's like it, and you don't leave your AI prompts in because I don't use AI. But
Do you happen to know what his suggested price is for this? Because it's a pay what you want.
$7.99 is the first thing.
first
in the line.
thing,
$7.99 for his
yep,
piece of toilet paper dribble.
yeah,
$11.99, and it's a real book.
and that's a real book when the Fat Orc sings.
Yeah.
Agile Monk says, my name is Juan Valdez, and I personally picked every one of our AI. That's right. Juan himself picks the AI-generated coffee beans. Thank you, Mr. Agile Juan Valdez. You help me and my wife every morning. You keep my daughter employed, my second oldest.
Yay.
So Shellback Bo says, welcome back, Glenn.
Thank you, sir.
Ron the
Somebody said
Sage, how you doing?
Somebody said I like your book. Thank you. I
Yep.
forget who it was. Thank you.
Thyatis, who is an individual who works within the AI field, I don't know exactly what he does, but I know he does something within AI, says, I use AI for data organization. First pass editing flags, brainstorming, but AI is best when it's human driven and it's human making a decision. Art being a different subject, yep, different nuance. Valamir says, hi, Agile. Can Juan pick some pinto beans for me? Amen. Douglas Pearson said, started paying more attention in the store in Columbus, Nebraska. Has Fago. I have Red Pop, Rock and Roll, both good. Yes. Red Pop is really good, but alas, even before
Well, you know, Rock and Rye is just Red Pop and cola mixed.
yeah. I used to like drinking Red Pop. I can't
Well,
drink it now. It gives me a
And I
headache.
found out Red Rye is great with rum.
And then, yeah, I can't drink anymore.
Neither can I.
Dietist says, well, I also vibe code with AI. So, well, to be fair, I code to music. Mark the Shark says, I remember those Juan Valdez commercials. Yeah, the coffee guy. He wore even like the thing over his shoulder.
I am
Juan
Peter
Valdez.
Posed with his mule.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know when Juan Valdez was involved, you knew it was good.
You're paying extra because my own hands have picked the coffee bean.
That's right.
I matriculate it in my mouth like a cow. Well, that's not the right American word, but you know what I mean. I almost said
Oh.
masturbate it in my mouth, but that would not be good.
Speaking of coffee, you want a coffee that's really messed up, and I don't know exactly which one it is, but there's a coffee out there that they feed it to. I think it's a monkey. They feed the beans to a monkey.
Yeah, they
The
poop it
monkey-
out.
and it poops out the seeds, and then they roast that and grind it. And I'm just
I've heard of that.
yeah,
it's like
no.
it's like
The
$700
most
a
expensive
pound.
coffee in the world.
My daughter talks. My daughter's a manager at Starbucks, and she talks about that. It's like $700 a pound.
Yeah.
To have
it's
to have
technically-
monkey shit coffee.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
But
Well,
it's
originally-
$7.99
wait a minute.
for AI to shit out of
Wait,
books.
hold on a minute. I was about to say monkey shit coffee, AI driven books. Are we talking about the same thing
Hey,
here,
if you know
guys?
that- There's a nexus that overlaps on this one.
That's right.
Somewhere.
Fugly says, I use AI as my personal assistant. It helps me collate the information in my crazy stream of consciousness. Brain dust makes great bullet points and puts crap on logical order. Also, Fugly, I apologize for missing your message last night. I would have loved to come on with you and Agile Monk. My apologies. I was not feeling well laying down.
I don't blame you.
Shellback Bo says, if you do sugary cocktails, try Malibu and root beer, then try it with vanilla ice cream. Glenn was just talking about some type of vanilla ice cream concoction tonight, early.
Yeah, they had Bluebell has a no added sugar vanilla ice cream, and it was I couldn't tell it from the regular one. It was delicious.
Agile Monk gave a super chat to somebody. Thank you, Agile. Love and blessings to Glenn. Love you all, man. So glad you're back. Good brother and friend. We all missed you. Glad you're back in the saddle.
Thank you, sir.
Agile Monk, you need to
I'll
get your
try
butt
to stay
feeling
there.
better too, my friend.
Yes. Oh, is he
Soldier on.
under the weather?
Yeah, Agile's been not feeling too well lately. I feel
Sorry,
so.
Agile. I'm sorry about that.
Thaitis says Fugly, it's a good use. Just make sure you correct instructions are written to help remove psychophantic responses and talk to real humans as well as whenever you can about the same subjects. That's actually really interesting. Matt Sherman says nothing wrong with a little passive aggressiveness. That's right. Mark the Shark says Dr. Pepper, the elixir of the gods. I like Dr. Pepper.
I liked what Dr. Pepper used to be.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
The original with real sugar.
Isn't it
Well,
like you're a pepper, I'm a pepper, she's a pepper,
Pepper,
everyone's
we're
a
a pepper too.
Oh, I'll still drink the regular stuff once in a while, but that original stuff, when you can get it, that's like getting a Mexican Coke.
God, yes, my wife loves Mexican Coke. In
Oh,
fact, we have a
so,
store in Battle Creek called Horrocks. It will blow your mind, and it's a lot of stuff from Hispanics, and they have Mexican Coke there. My wife loves it.
Delicious.
Dieta says AI-induced psychosis is becoming a thing. So is PDF-induced psychosis, depending on the writer.
What? Whoa.
In my opinion, this is the great work of self-masturbation we've ever seen. That's right. Read it. He's read it.
And he's trying to make money off masturbation. Oh,
Well,
boy.
Ginwell Live has obviously read this book partially, at least, because he is talking about wanking off in writing. And Ginwell Live, you are a smart man.
Try to be. Now.
Yes.
New.
Dreg
Improve.
says, Fugly, you're doing great. Don't be personal with AI. Don't ask it for help or think it can help you, though. The $5 phrase is don't anthropomorphize the AI. Don't trust the AI. See if the fucking dog agreed with it. Dog agreed with it.
I understand, Bibby. It's okay. We know he's a jerk.
We're talking about Ken.
Yeah.
Even the fucking dog knows.
Good, good.
Gil, so was that kind of flogging Ken must have been doing. Yeah, vibe code AI every day because if you give a solid design doc, it's better than an experienced developer and faster. I wish David Flores in comment chat here. I would like to get his take on that. Dreg says, upgrade arriving Saturday, the Whitman method. Becoming a great game master in the face of chaos, the Whitman method. Becoming the great game master in the face. Oh, God, you bought it.
Oh, it's
Didn't you watch us just now?
Yeah,
Didn't you just
it is.
listen to us?
I'm looking at it right now at Amazon. $9.99.
Oh, stop.
Dude.
Stop. Hold on. I got to pull the screen over. Just a minute.
What?
Right now, what is the ISBN number you list?
979 825 7962 509. Oh, it's
Hold on. It's an Amazon KDP self-published.
I
It's an Amazon KDP.
Wait a minute. It's an Amazon one. And doesn't Amazon require you only sell it on their platform?
Okay,
No.
This is the kicker. When you use an Amazon ISBN number, you can only sell it on Amazon.com. That's under their terms of use.
Well, then
since he's selling it, since he's selling on DriveThruRPG, he's violating Amazon's terms of service.
That's what.
So I guess a registered publisher with Amazon who has their own personal Amazon rep would probably most likely call their Amazon rep tomorrow and have a video call and point that out. Not that I would do that to Ken Whitman, but maybe someone will do that tomorrow who's a registered licensed publisher and has a registered licensed publisher account with Amazon, not through KDP.
So what Don is basically saying is, if you're gonna buy it, it'll be collectible. Buy
It'll
it
be
now.
collectible pretty soon.
And by the way, it's digest size, so it's too big to fit in a
It's
pocket.
5x9. It's 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, or it's 5x9 if it's digest size.
6x9.
Then it's not digest size. He's full of shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Mine's bigger than
it's
yours.
what I'm saying. It's not. It's smaller than a normal size. Game
Well,
Boy.
6x9 is a standard size trade paperback.
Okay.
Digest size is 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, or 5.5, 5.5 by 8.5.
Yeah, he's not saying it's digest sized. I was looking at.
No. 6x9 is trade paperback.
Yeah. So.
So I would like to shake the hand of the guy who put the Sue Me sign on the back of Ken.
I mean, Amazon is really, really nasty about that. Like, if Amazon gets screenshots that the book is being sold someplace else, even without an ISBN, what they will do is they will literally lock down that individual's Amazon account and ban them from Amazon.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really crazy stuff. Man, I tell you what, I would really seriously hate to see a registered publisher contact Amazon and their rep tomorrow and let them know that, because, man, that would really be bad. Too bad I'm too busy tomorrow. I got lots of other things to do.
Probably change the title and send it.
Dreg says there was a study where they found that people who received texts from random strangers that ended up in a convo had better life effects than time spent with AI. Well, yeah, you're talking with a human being,
Yeah.
Old Time Tavern had Mexican Coke today.
Yay.
Cyberfender, how you doing? We got a lot of people watching and a lot of people in chat. What about Nurse Salt? I don't know who this Whitman guy is or why he thinks he can. By the way, Shellback Bo, just Google Ken Whitman.
Not another dime for Ken Whitman.
Google not another dime for Ken Whitman.
They actually have a website.
Eric, would you like to put the link down below in chat? I am happy to go ahead and have it.
I
in
am
chat.
surprised that they haven't sued.
Eric, better
that
yet,
website.
Eric,
What?
please send me the chat in private, the thing in private chat, please, and I'll put it on a stretcher
Yeah.
on the bottom.
I am so surprised that he hasn't tried to sue them, the website.
Well, you have to have an attorney usually to go after corporate beings,
Okay.
because corporate beings have attorneys,
Yeah.
or you can be private individual who has a cousin who's a federal litigator. Then you
Like
same
somebody
thing.
I know.
Someone you just might know.
Okay.
Rob, how you doing tonight, by the way, my friend?
Rob is great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Rob is really good.
Thanks.
By the way, hold on 1 minute, folks. I will put it right now in chat. This is the link. And I'm also going to go ahead because I'm a nice guy and I believe in public service. You know, you got to go ahead and you got to do public service correct. There we go. And then we'll just go ahead and get that going. That's the website down below right there if you want to go ahead and learn about Ken Whitman. It's interesting.
And you
Yeah,
will.
it's updated.
And for those who don't know, he ran, what was it, 10, 11 Kickstarters, never fulfilled one.
That's right.
Let's say that as D20 Entertainment, I believe it is 6. And then there were some other finagly things, but he updated 6 on
Yes.
the last couple of days.
However, in total, he failed to deliver over $180,000 in Kickstarters.
You believe that?
Gilwin Live says, Don, I think that Amazon restriction you're talking about is only for Kindle Unlimited program. Actually, no. Under the terms of use for Kindle KDP, which is Kindle Self-Publishing, basically, if you are going to use a Kindle ISBN number on your product, not published under KDP, if you're going to use one of their ISBNs, then you cannot sell that same title on another platform.
Right.
So as an example, we don't go through KDP. We have we're a Kindle publishing program. We have our own ISBNs. Our ISBNs relegate to Wizard Tower Publishing.
Mhm.
So all of, like Glenn's book has a 978 ISBN.
I'm legit.
Not a 979, a 978. Glenn's ISBN, yes, relegates back to Wizard Tower Publishing, so we can have Glenn on Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, other locations.
Right.
So that's in the fine print at KDP self-publishing. The trick is if you're using an Amazon-provided ISBN. That's where that little trick comes in. We deal with them every day. We're really big into Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble's the same way.
Yeah.
Sell enough crap, you get a pink Cadillac, or so the person trying to recruit my wife said. But also I remember the movie Goodfellas. What happened to the two people in the Cadillac, pink Cadillac?
Yeah. Not happy.
Oh, we just rewatched Goodfellas the other night.
Don't have enough
That's
liquid
kind of a
sugar.
disturbing show. That's a disturbing movie, but
Interesting as hell, though.
oh, real quick. A question is asked. Didn't Ken Whitman get fired from TSR? I do not know. However, if you go to Ken Whitman's Facebook page and ask him, I'm sure he might ban you, or excuse me, tell you. So go to Ken Whitman's Facebook where he plugs his stories at TSR and ask him. I honestly don't know. I'm not saying anything. I won't say anything I don't know about.
Well, Ken hasn't stopped there. When his name was so bad in the gaming industry, he moved on to go into the filming industry, and that has had a whole
Well, he's got a lawsuit pending by another movie company or producer.
lawsuit pending, and a lot of filmmakers who had the misfortune to deal with him are very pissed off. We interviewed Keith Migra.
Migra. Yeah.
Pronounce
do.
his name right. I hope I am, because
Yeah.
I talk to the guy occasionally, and he's a nice guy, but man, is he pissed about Ken.
Yep. Rob
Okay.
Collins says, I'm doing good. The final proof of the premium color book of Northern March is shipping. So if it checks out, I'm ready to public release next week. That I'm looking forward to. I will be a buyer. He was involved in conventions for Gen Con, not for TSR, for Gen Con.
Well, Gen Con was part of TSR
By
at that
TSR.
point. So
Yes.
apparently, and I'm going to quote Ken on this, TSR cut the checks. Okay, Gen Con was not its own company at the time.
Yes.
So we're not going to split hairs. Was he a TSR employee? Yes.
Yes.
On paper.
That's what matters, right? We learned that in another court case.
Yep.
Mhm.
So real quick, let's get a little bit into WizardCon before Eric leaves
Yeah.
because we got people probably because we posted on the WizardCon page. I'm not going to get into the whys, okay? Other than to say it had nothing to do with health, it had nothing to do with safety of anybody. No one was in danger. It was more of a logistical issue that came up beyond the control of the hotel and beyond our control. Now, I will say this. There are people in my local pages, namely two women, and it's getting a little traction. And I have linked this video in those pages that are saying it was things like bed bugs or that it was food poisoning that they had the ambulances there. That is all categoric bullshit. It's all lies. The hotel is a great hotel. The general manager and Nat, who is the event coordinator, is an absolute gem of people. They have been 100% helpful. Nothing was like that. There was not one iota of a problem with the hotel or us. It was and I'm just going to use a generic term, it was a logistical issue that came up that was beyond our control that forced the movement of the convention. Now, I'm going to make something painfully clear for everybody who has a ticket. Your tickets are good for the new October date. If you cannot make it for the October date, those tickets will be good for WizardCon 3 in April of 2027. I want to make that very clear because I have a lady also who has taken it upon herself to spread bullshit and say that we're not honoring these tickets for the new show in October nor for 2027. So, yes, we are.
So you're saying you're not oh, never mind.
Yeah. So I got a little bit pissy today on the WizardCon Facebook page, and that butt hurt her, but I don't care. Do not spread lies about my convention, or my customer service ratings will go through the floor because I will become an asshole. I only have a limit that my wife will tell you, and so will probably Eric and Tom and Glenn and Steve. I'm big on customer service. I have tolerance a mile long, but when I say when I'm nice and say that's not true, don't go to other posts within it afterwards and say the same thing over and over and over and over again.
I'm guessing her name was Karen.
No, it was something else. It was.
I'm pretty sure it was Karen.
She was a local lady. Karen, exactly. She's a local lady. She wanted people to report me to the Michigan Attorney General's office, which I don't know how and why.
Sounds like someone who's just jealous.
No, it's Battle Creek, Steve. You know that. Just people. It's just these Battle Creek Karens.
Daisy bodies.
Real quick, Fuku says print books require an ISBN. Ditto and Kindle do not. That's why he has print locked. You're not in violation of Amazon policy unless you use their ISBN on another platform. No, you're actually in violation, Fugly, of you're wrong. I'm sorry. I'm going to clarify this again. You're wrong. If you have a print book on Amazon and you use an Amazon ISBN to publish it, you cannot publish that same book on another platform with another title. That is why when you are in KDP, okay, and this is what people don't get. When you're publishing a book in Amazon, they ask you a question. Is this book published on another platform? If you click yes, they'll lock you right there. You can't publish that book.
They have one exception. They'll let you publish it on your personal website.
Your personal website you can, yes. Your personally owned
and that's
website.
it.
Yes.
And so I'm guessing that Drive-Thru RPG is not Ken's personal website, though.
I don't know. Did Ken buy Drive-Thru RPG? Did he develop that site?
You have to reach out to the Roll20 people.
Yeah, he started Drive-Thru back when he was running Gen Con for TSR.
Fugi says Different ISBNs are also considered different editions by publishers. Absolutely categorically false and wrong. Sorry, Fugly, I am not trying to call you out.
Hey, Don, I don't want to get in the weeds here about Amazon's publishing, but say, like, I have a friend who has published like 5 books on Amazon, and I say I wanted to get her hooked up with you, who is a publisher. How does that work? She's already got them on there.
We just simply send a notice of change of publisher, pull a takedown on Amazon, they pull it down. Fugly, okay, real quick. Different ISBNs are also considered different editions by publishers. Okay. That's a yes and no. Let me categorically yes and no. And this is how this works. Okay.
Yes and no.
If I have a book, let's say the 5-foot Millennium Falcon build manual, and I have it under Amazon 123 or ISBN 123, and then I take this book and I publish it under Amazon 123 or ISBN 1234 on a different platform. Okay, that's called an ISBN confliction. You can do it, but the problem is when different digital platforms now find out about it, what they will tend to do is they will tend to take it down, because within Boker, if you have a legitimate ISBN through Boker, you can run in addition to under a different ISBN, but you have to state it as second edition within Boker. Boker updates it to places like Amazon and also other places. And what ends up happening is although it's considered technically a different edition, the problem that you have is Ken is using a Amazon KDP pulled ISBN. You cannot publish on a different platform. So like as an example, Glen's book is on Amazon and it's on Barnes & Noble. If I publish Glen's book on Amazon using a ISBN from Amazon, a 979, then I took that same book and I published it under a different ISBN on Barnes & Noble, I am in violation of Amazon's terms of service because I am publishing the same title, even though it is a different quote unquote second edition, third edition. Right. So edition means different things depending on what you're doing within the publishing world. I get what you're saying, Fugly, but it's a nuance that a lot of people trip up over. They get away with because people don't report it. People don't check it. It's a big world. Amazon most likely won't catch it unless it's reported or anything like that. So people get away with it and think it's fine. But when using Amazon ISBNs, it's not fine. They will shut you down, and they will shut you down.
And from what you told me, a lot of the bookstores and stuff really hate the Amazon ISBNs.
Well, they won't use it. They won't use a 9,000 generated EAN code either, because the 9,000 EAN code generates as $0.00. Okay. And there's no country code like United States is 5.1. That's a United States code. 9,000 EAN codes do not have that. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk here, but I know a lot about publishing, guys. I've been doing it for almost 20 years. You know, Steve worked my old publishing company. You know, we had 700 books, 700 titles under our stable. Logistics issue is right. Wait, we have Jim Wampler. Hold on a minute. Wampler says, on KDP, you also have to tick a checkbox indicated AI content. Exactly. Jim just nailed it. And Amazon frowns upon AI content in your book. Mm-hmm. So imagine that. Jim, my friend, we got to have a wellness call tomorrow. I want to talk to you. Glad to see you up and running, Jim. Dreg says you walk into a bar, you have to sit down either on one side of the bar or next to Kevin Simbita or the other side of Ken Whitman. What do you do? Full cone.
I go to another bar.
Go to another bar.
That's okay. I can deal with
the reason why it's called bar hopping.
Yes. Dan
Okay.
Tess says it's categorically true and false. It's definitely something my wife. Yes, and see, this is the problem that a lot of people don't understand about publishing. The reason why a lot of these rules are skirted by people is because it's just so many books are published every day on Amazon. Is people get away with it? There's where it's at. And there are fine print rules that you have to play by, and there's different types of accounts that you can pull with Amazon. Plus a lot of people who self-publish, and I'm not knocking anybody who self-publishes, it's a great option. They're not registered publishers with the federal government, and they're not registered publishers with places like Amazon and Boker. And when you're a registered publisher, you get your own ISBN prefix. That's your lifelong ISBN prefix. And your lifelong ISBN prefix is not 978 or the 1, it's the following 4 digits. That's your ISBN prefix. And that prefix points to Wizard Tower Publishing, period. And that prefix is the same on every single one of our titles. So, it's just a lot of little things to do, which with the new Wizard, just real quick, with the new Wizard Tower Games and Publishing website, we're going to have videos explaining things to people, how to become a registered publisher. It's not a big deal, how to do all this stuff. So,
here's something interesting that I've run into. I ran into it over at Royal Road as I've been working with them and posting my stories over there. Is one of the things that they ask you when you initially submit a story is, was this book AI assisted? And I might be reading this wrong, but based on the way I read that description, any use of AI, regardless of how little it is, that book has to be classified as AI assisted. And I'm just like, how is that classification, how is that AI assisted? Because I can understand, their thinking, but at the same time, what do you do when you have Google? And I've been Googling stuff that I'm using in my book, and Google is AI powered now.
But they don't consider the AI assisted. I actually had an interesting with my Barnes and Noble rep. I asked that question because I asked that also in Barnes and Noble, and she told me that the reason why they asked that is because right now there are several federal lawsuits still pending in the federal courts regarding AI. Really? And what they're worried about is if by some chance, not likely, we know it's probably not going to happen, but if the plaintiffs win and there's some massive money judgment against these AI companies, then what happens is the people who won will go on the next rung of the ladder, and that's places like Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and they'll accuse them of enabling it, their IP being stolen, by letting people publish AI-assisted works. And they're worried about being dragged into it, and that's why they're so picky about asking these questions, and they're actually trigger questions. Like if you say yes to one of them, they stop you right there. Like literally, like that title's locked. And you have to start over. And it's just precautionary on their part. Diana says something interesting here. Says everything will be AI assisted within the next. I agree 1,000%. But what they're talking about is they're talking about more core, like what I believe Ken Whitman's book was written by.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm going to say something very important. That is just my personal opinion, as protected under my First Amendment rights as a reviewer here on the Vlog of Many Things. So,
good statement.
Mr. Melvin says, I've also thought of the Google thing. It's like, do these people have any idea that there's AI? But and they do, but they're worried about people writing their books with AI. Like going in AI and write me a chapter on game design.
YouTube does it too. Okay, YouTube asks, but with YouTube, they generally want to know: are you using AI for video? Are you using AI for voice? Is your content authentic? If you're using AI as part of the process, remember, Google owns YouTube, it owns Gemini. They're okay with AI as part of the process, but they're not okay with AI as the end result. You
Yeah.
know,
That's the key right there, the process.
right.
Right.
I got to head over to my.
All right, Eric,
Yeah.
have a good night. Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you, folks.
Yeah, I'll see you in a bit, Eric.
Yep.
The thing is that I think that people who go to like AI and says things like, give me the name of 20 unique fantasy towns. Okay, fine. You're kind of getting ideas,
Right.
but write me chapter 1 on.
Let me give you a new example I just came up with. I was pulling together all of the setting information created by fans
Yeah.
in the fan magazines for Star Frontiers. And there happened to be 2 different fan created system briefs.
Yes.
Well, one's a planetary brief, one's a system brief. And so I was kind of trying to mix and match and put stuff together. So I actually took all of the system information, this orbit at this place with this planet, and I fed it all into AI. And I said, now review that and tell me if there's any scientific problems, if anything jumps out.
Yeah.
And it did. It was like, oh, so, here's a problem here. And, so I don't have that science background, but I was using AI. I then took all of the creatures ever created for that one inhabited planet. And I said, all right, look at all these creatures now. Suggest to me 3 to 5 environments, biomes.
Yeah, and it's giving you it gives you food for thought. It's kind of creating with your creative process.
Right.
So-
It's like a search engine.
So it,
Yeah.
it did that, and then I had to write those up. But using it to problem solve the science was very handy. And then I went in and said, all right, let's talk about the population of this planet. If it was
I
colonized,
agree with Thaitis real quick. Thaitis, I think you're 1,000% right.
so then I said, if this planet was colonized 900 years ago and it now has a heavy population code, and I gave it some information on what that meant within that rule system. I said, is it feasible to have that kind of a population in 900 years? And so it busted out the mathematical formula they use. It says, all right, we're going to use this growth rate, which is not even at Earth's highest growth rate, which was in the 60s, which was 2%. And, so that's very doable. And it did all the math. And I was like, that was fantastic.
See,
I
but
can't do that math.
Yeah, that's exactly it, though. What it does is it was an assist to something that you were doing, which was probably this much in the entire flipping chapter, but you did not quote it. You utilized it and put it in your own words. And
and advanced math like that. I mean, how many of us are good at that? I am not good at that.
I mean, like I said, that's just it. I mean, the thing is there's where it's all at. And I just think that, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get a 10-day notice, and I'm going to tell Ken right now I'm ignoring your 10-day notice. I'll just let you guys do me. But the thing is, the book that was written is clearly AI generated and or has large portions of AI generated content. I'll put it that way. I do not believe for a moment that there is an artist by that name out there. I don't believe for a moment that that was human generated art.
Well,
And go ahead, Ken. Go on, Glenn.
no, I was just going to say, as we learned, as you guys learned, as Becky learned doing Etsy, she uses AI to generate a blurb about whatever the hell she's selling. She's learning that it's just a tool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And non-authors, they think it's the whole thing,
Yeah. And see, Rob makes an interesting point. Rob says, damn it, you can use it to track multiple colonies in a single world. Yes, but you're not, again, I'll use the Tom instance. Tom used it to generate content, yes. But then Tom took that generated content and Tom transferred it into the written word in his game, but in his own words, and he read it and then kind of filtered it through.
Content existed produced by another fan in the fan magazine, and I just took it and says, what are the scientific problems with this content? And I had AI Right, it says
Yeah.
critique this, and it's great at critiquing stuff. And
Yes.
I then said, all right, we're gonna, because I'm curating this information, I'm not gonna use that it pointed out was a problem. I'm gonna use this stuff that really sounds
But-
good that it said
But
was
you're
a problem.
using it as a tool.
Mhm.
Yep. But I'm glad everybody on the Vlog of Many Things is following our deep dive into AI, because that's what we do here. We go down the rabbit hole so you don't have to.
Mhm.
It's true. That's what we say.
And sometimes we get the rabbit.
And sometimes we find rabbits, moles, freaking wayward
shit.
cats.
Yeah.
I got to find out if our black cat showed up tonight, Binks.
So
My
if
wife's little
I publish the setting guide for this one particular planet and system,
Right.
should I then check mark the box based off what I just described, AI content included?
No, because because you're not copying that content into the work. You're basically saying the AI says this much, and you are in your own brain phonetically and whatever transferring it over in your own verbiage.
I even had it look at the whole set of creatures that have been created by fans, and I said, all right, are there any holes, any creatures that I should create? And it said, oh, well, you don't have a dedicated decomposer.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I can create that. And so, it made suggestions that way. And then I created those. I wrote them.
Yeah. Dietis says you need to transform the AI content into human-directed content. It's the same with copyright. If you transform something enough into something else, exactly. Rob also has a very good thing here. I used it to double-check my majestic stars timeline and demographics across 300 years. Feed it my FTL tech and worked out how long it would take to survey exploit. Exactly. It's a tool. Hold on. Rob did not use it to create the majestic stars timeline and then copy paste it. He used it to check his own work.
Double
That's actually
make sure he carried
right,
the two in the
I gotta start dabbling in AI. I mean, I've been like losing out, I think, on this as a writer. Down the rabbit hole like a dash on. That's right. We just start digging until we get in the freaking thing, and then we just start shitting all over the freaking rabbit hole.
We're the moles.
That's right. Thaddeus says, Robert Conley, I find Claude useful for creating flowcharts that show things like timelines visually as well. Soupy Squirrel, how you doing? He says, I'm very late to the stream. Looking great. Glenn brings me a lot of joy. Glenn,
Thank
you're
you.
alive.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you missed Glenn earlier. He unscrewed the bolts from his neck, Soupy Squirrel.
They need to be replaced.
Yep. Cyberfender says the only AI I have had use experience was fleshing out my NPC pics of the places in my campaign. But see, this is it. You're using it for personal use. You're not using it as you created the NPC. You drew it. You wrote the book. That type of BS.
Yeah. So the basic summary is: did you actually let it do the creation, or did you do the creation?
Yes,
that's the big thing.
Bingo. Douglas Pearson will probably have the last comment because it's after 9 o'clock. Says, if you are old enough to remember not copying stuff from the encyclopedia when writing that school paper, you know how to use AI, but you're generating your own content. That's right.
That's right.
Well, everybody, we weren't going to have a vlog of many things tonight because I was planning on today having a very busy day with vendors set up and tomorrow with the kickoff of WizardCon. But things happen. We roll with the punches. WizardCon is October 9th, 10th, and 11th. I'm going to do last two. Rob Conley's going to have the official last comment tonight. Halfling Torchbearer, how you doing? Says, my biggest problem with AI is it tells me every idea I discuss with it or try to pick apart is wonderful, genius, and rock solid. In short, it kisses my ass. That's right.
Yes, it does.
Digital ass kisser.
Does
And Rob says,
really good at kissing your butt.
Yep. Rob Conley says, if you are using it like a person using Finch's Tome of Adventure or Traveler Procedure Generation tool, then I consider that a good use of AI in the creative process. Thaddeus, good night also. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in tonight. We have had a very active chat. We had a lot of people watching us. Thank you, everybody. Please hit like and subscribe on the respective channel you are watching. To my fellow guests, thank you very much. And Glenn, by the way, very happy to have you back, my friend.
Yes.
I am very happy to be back.
I was
more of these.
I was worried about you for a couple of days there.
Tammy and I prayed for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you.
So Everybody, tune in next week. Real quick, Fugly says now WizardCon has moved. As I'm going to OzCon this weekend. I don't know. I'm actually on Saturday going down to Tim Cask's wake. There's a wake for Tim Cask for those. Jim Wamper posted the public knows about it. So I'm going to go. Me and Tina will pay our respects, and where people can talk a little bit about it, maybe how they impacted their life and everything, and all that. So, but everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. We will be back next Thursday,
Good night,
and
folks.